So here just we can read about the prokaryotic cell here. The pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus here. Nuclear membrane, which is the envelope is absent here, right? In a prokaryotic cell. Genetic material is naked here. An example is bacteria, blue-green algae, right? Where the green means chlorophyll A is present, and blue means blue, phycocyan means blue, right? And cyanobacteria, which is blue, mycoplasma pp. Prokaryotic cells are generally smaller and they divide in a much faster way than any eukaryotic cell here. The eukaryotic cell, which is 10 to 20 and which chicks takes time 24 hour, E. coli takes time 20 minutes here, and prokaryotic cells is 1 to 2 we have to remember. All prokaryotic cells are fundamentally similar despite of having a different shape, size and structure. They have four common shape: coccus, which is round, right? Lactobacillus thuringiensis present and bacillus rod shape, right? And endom is inside, exome is outside here. Here we can see that the streptococcus is streptophilocus, a sheet-like, vibrio flori and vibrio comma, that we call that. Spirilia spring-like, that means spiridium minus, we have to remember. This structure has been discussed here, right? Here the cell wall, which is the rigid, which is the upset in mycoplasma, that we call that joker of Brown kingdom, like pneumorphic shape change, archibacteria cell wall and pseudomurine, right? And eubacteria, which is made of the murines and peptidoglycan. Pseudomins follows, U means through. Cell membrane is a flexible, fold inward, that means makes the mesosomes and chromatophores. Fold outwards makes flagella. Cytoplasm is a semi-fluid. Nucleid is also known as the gonopores or genomic DNA, which is the main chromosome, main DNA of bacteria here. Poly means proteins and St plus positive. Double standard circular DNA, which is a negative due to the phosphate. Plasmid, which is the extra chromosomal DNA, double standard circular DNA capable of independent replication, right? That means they do not depend on a nucleoid here, right? Yeah. Extra chromosomal we have to remember, like, but plasmid provide the various phenotypic characters to bacteria here. Example, antibiotic resistant, which blocks the membrane and proteins to proteins bacteria. Like phenotypic means what? Change in physical appearance we have to remember here. Mesosomes, which is made of the extension or unfolding of the cell membrane. It can be in the form of tubules, vesicles, lamellae, which is cell wall, is cell membrane. Surface area increase and enzymatic content increase, that means respiration will increase here. Secretion means sending things, and cell wall formation will be there. DNA replication, DNA distribution also there. Function of mesosomes, as we can see that here. Chromatophores is a tubular structure having formed by the unfolding or extension of the cell membrane. Okay, pigments to trap the light, which is found in its helps in photosynthetics. Blue-green algae here. NCFT line by line. Prokaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cells are represented by bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, and PPL, pneumonia-like organisms. They are generally smaller and multiply by more rapidly than the eukaryotic cell figure. They may vary greatly in shape and size. The four basic shape of bacteria are bacillus, a rod-like, coccus, Spirilia, vibrio comma shape, Spirilia spiral. The organization of the prokaryotic cell is fundamentally similar, even though prokaryotes exhibit a wide variety of the shape and functions all. Size smallest, mycoplasma, largest, Thiomarbuta magnifier. Plant cells differ from the animal cells in the presence of cell wall and chloroplast, which of the following is present in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes, which is plasma membrane. The genetic material of the prokaryotic cells is called as nucleoid. Prokaryotes have a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane, except in mycoplasma. The fluid matrix filling the cell in the cytoplasm. There is no well-defined nucleus. The genetic material is basically naked, not enveloped by a nuclear membrane. In addition to the genomic DNA, the single chromosome circular DNA, many bacteria have a small circular DNA outside the genomic DNA. These smaller DNA are called plasmid. The plasmid DNA confers certain unique phenotypic characters to such bacteria here. One such character is resistant to antibiotics. In higher classes, you will learn that this plasmid DNA is used to monitor bacterial transformation with foreign DNA. Nuclear membrane is found in eukaryotes. No organelle like the ones in the eukaryotes are found in the prokaryotic cell except for ribosomes. Prokaryotes have something unique in the form of inclusions. A specialized differentiated form of cell membrane is called mesosomes, is the characteristic of prokaryotes. They are essentially unfolding of cell membrane here. Which of the following is not a function of mesosomes here? Reproduction. Okay. Largest subunit of the prokaryotic ribosomes is largest subunit. That is saying prokaryotes. That is 50s. Gas vacuoles are found in where? Blue green and purple green both. The longest filament. This has been discussed. A special membranous structure is the mesosomes, which is formed by the extension of plasma membrane into the cell. Here, the extension are in the form of vesicles, tubules, or lamellae. They help in the cell wall formation, DNA replication, and distribution to the outer cell. They also help in the respiration secretion process to increase the surface area of the plasma membrane and enzymatic content here. In some prokaryotes like cyanobacteria, there are other membranous extension into the cytoplasm called chromatophores, which contain pigments here. Right? Yes. This also has been discussed. The question is asked: a specialized membranous structure in the prokaryotic cell, which help in the cell wall formation, DNA replication, and respiration, mesosomes. Some question is asking: cells that have membrane-bound nuclei are called eukaryotes, whereas that lack membrane-bound nucleus are prokaryotes. Because ribosomes are a non-membrane-bound organelle found in the cells, both eukaryotic and prokaryotic. Both assertion is true, but not a correct explanation here. A special membranous structure is a mesosomes, which is formed by the extension of the plasma membrane into the cell, exact inside the line. Because the reason is saying in some prokaryotes like cyanobacteria, there are other membranous extension chromatophores present. Both are true, but not a correct explanation of each other. In prokaryotes, chromatophores are internal membrane system, which becomes extensive and complex in photosynthetic bacteria. Which among the following is not a prokaryotes? Saccharomyces, which is a yeast unicellular fungi. The site of respiration in bacteria is mesosomes. That's all.